Unlike the first 2 days, we start round 3 here at the U.S. Open under blue skies and brilliant sunshine. Here in Los Angeles, the 123rd edition of the U.S. Open Championship in Los Angeles Country Club. Terry Gannon with you. Out to the play. Few groups have started. Shane Lowry, champion golfer of the year, 2019 at Port Rush. So this opening par 5, critical to hit the fairways here, but right rough, looked like a pretty good lie for Lowry, the 36-year-old from Ireland, trying to run it up as close to that right edge. All right, have a play. Check out the hole locations early. See how the golf course is playing up to the number 2 player in the world, Jon Rahm, at 1 over overall. You had 61 professionals, 4 amateurs make the cut at 2 over to play the weekend. Avoid the divots. Get a little more roll here with the sunshine out. A little bit of a breeze that picked up yesterday afternoon, and it got tougher. Fleetwood, Tommy, his second at the par 5 first. Bunkers front left you're trying to avoid. And found one. Take you up to the third, the par 4, playing 422 yards today. The man from New Zealand, Ryan Fox. Playing with marker today, Tom Gardner, the director of golf, just for pacing here, that opening twosome. Safely on that bag edge. So, sunny skies, this is what we're used to here in Los Angeles, and that's how we stand. Ricky Fowler, terrific through the first 2 rounds at 10 under, trying to win his first major championship. NBC Sports and the United States Golf Association proudly present the 123rd U.S. Open Championship. It is a major championship being held here in America's second largest city, and I mean right in the middle of L.A., just about 12 miles from the skyline in downtown L.A., about 8 miles from beautiful Santa Monica Beach and the pier there. Look from high above Los Angeles Country Club. George C. Thomas, 1928, had the restoration in 2010 with Gil Hanse and Jim Wagner, Jeff Shackelford. Just a beautiful setting here. Short walk from Rodeo Drive, right up against Beverly Hills, Hollywood Hills. 15th hole today, that par 3, where we've seen 3 aces already. Going to be interesting. They're going to put the flag up front. Could play as short as 80 yards, a par 3 at a major championship. So here we go. 3rd round underway. Terry Gannon in the booth along with Morgan Pessel and Peter Jacobson, Jim Gallagher Jr. and Aaron Oberholzer. Out on the golf course, Damon Hack to talk to some of the players. The Craig Winter from the USGA in case we have any questions with the rules. So those early groups out there playing. Ryan Fox going to play a little break here at the 3rd. Peter, Morgan, how are you? Great to be with you.
Great to be with you all. What an exciting day, moving day here at the U.S. Open.
Different weather this morning. Last 2 days we had that June gloom, that marine layer, but today bright sunshine. So the conditions will be different.
Second at the second from 153 for Jon Rahm, the winner at Torrey Pines at the U.S. Open. What a shot. Great chance for Rahm to pick up a birdie there. Jim Gallagher Jr. is with us, going to give us a little preview of the holes. He starts at the 5th. Jim?
Good morning, Terry. And today I have my sunglasses on because the sun's out. The golf course should get firm. I'm at the 5th hole today. This has been the 5th toughest fairway to hit. If you drive it in the left rough, only 35% of the players have been able to hit this green because they've been able to use this portion of the green that feeds from left to right. Yesterday's hole location was on that back portion, but today's hole location is on the front right, and it's only on 5-5 from the left. The thing you got to look for, if the players do bail it out over here, this is a very tricky putt to try to read on the speed. It comes up over the slope, and it really picks up speed as it goes down towards the hole, and you can see starting to quicken up. Now, if I go a little bit further over here, and here's kind of the portion I think a lot of players, even in the fairway, will hit it right to here. I'm back here. There's 26 steps behind this. Now, watch how this putt breaks really hard from right to left. It's not as fast as it was from over there. But if you get it left of the hole, look where it goes there. Another thing to think of as well, you've got all this fescue around. It's only 9 yards wide from this side to this side. Plenty of room back here. I think this is going to be a putt that's been misread a lot today, Peter.
Jim, one of the things we realize about playing major championships is you have to know where not to miss it. And that bunker in front that guards the green, that is a place definitely not to be. It's so deep and so treacherous.
I think, and also there's so much fescue around. Hideki yesterday did not get it into the bunker. It made a very difficult shot. So I think that's one of the things that I think this is going to be a lot tougher hole location, and the guys have to be smart, hit it past here, take 4, and get out of here.
And stay away from that stuff right there. To the 4th, that long par 3, 192 today. But stop up top, you got to judge that if there's any breeze. Here's Ryan Fox.
Yeah, this was the second hardest hole on the golf course yesterday. The par 3s. 3 of the par 3s have been the toughest holes this week. But looks a little bit receptive here today to start.
He played longer the last couple of days, so it's under 200 yards today. All right, Tommy Fleetwood taking a look. Playing along with who? Shane Lowry. You just saw it.
Yeah, this, anytime you play a par 5 on any golf course, you expect to pick up shots. And I know that this first hole here is one that people think, oh, it's easy, it's downhill. But it's played surprisingly difficult this week. The green, it's the only green on the course where it runs away from you. It slopes from the front to the back. Everything else has got tilt back to front.
Man from England, Southport right there by Birkdale. Picks up a shot there. So John Rahm, looking at him, but playing along with Adam Hadwin. And Aaron Oberholzer out there with these two. How are you, Aaron?
Good morning, Terry. I am doing well. It is absolutely gorgeous out here. We're finally getting that LA weather.
To start the day.
Just to start the day, which is, I'd say it's a little rare for this time of year in June, but we've got it, and I'm hoping this golf course starts looking like a proper U.S. Open, which I think it will.
Started to yesterday afternoon.
Yes, it did. 2 good shots. The greens are pretty receptive still. This was a shot that Adam hit in there from 116 after driving it in the rough. Quite a bit of break from left to right.
Hadwin, who survived that tackle by the security guard, the RBC Canadian last week. So he's healthy. He's fine. Part of the celebration. Canadian Nick Taylor won there. First time in a long, long time. Lowry for par at 1.
And this is what I was talking about. You would think coming out of the box, reachable par 5, going to make birdie no problem. But we're seeing some high scores here on the first hole.
So Rahm for birdie at the second, AO.
Yeah, to get 2 in a row to start his day, which is what he needs. The scores are out there right now. Greens are soft-ish. Winds are very light. It's gettable.
Take the break. A little bit inconsistent the first couple of days for John Rahm.
Especially off the tee. Really struggled to get the ball in play.
Yeah, and really had a hard time with the irons yesterday. It's been one thing pretty much in the last 2 majors, every round, Morgan, that's kind of spoiled his chances. And if you really look at it, since the PGA Championship, he's really struggled with his short game when he has missed a green.
That's not a great combination coming into a U.S. Open, struggling with all of those parts of your game.
He missed fairways on day 1, and the short game struggles, iron game on day 2.
It's hard to find your game at any round during a major championship. You hope you come into it with good form.
Saves par at the second, the number 2 player in the world, John Rahm. All right, back out to the play. Fox this for birdie at the 4th. Yeah. Give an indication of what we're going to see at the fourth. A lot of three putts at the fourth because you're so far from the hole. It's a long hole downhill, tough to judge. But 1 for 1 here with Ryan Fox. Rahm on the tee at the third.
2 for 2 on fairways already today. That's a good sign for John. And this looks like 3 for 3.
Wow. Did you hear the sound of that, AO? That was pounded.
I don't think a good one moves.
It's a different one.
Off the hill, so I think
So many huge slopes here at Los Angeles Country Club on these par fours off the tee.
See a little breeze to start the day, too, which we haven't had the last 2 days. We'll see. Got to double figures in the afternoon yesterday. See how much of a factor it is. Ricky Fowler, sensational to this point. 6:40 Eastern time, his tee time.
Pacific Ocean before it is chilly.
A lot of people, including members here I know. Early surf every day. Lowry on the way here. See the height?
Now we saw from John Rahm's shot in here, the second green is receptive. It's a tough hole location if you miss it short, but we're going to see some birdies here on 2 today.
Take you up to that third, and the second coming up for Rahm.
Yeah, 109 coming up the hill, half blind. Can see the top of the flag. Cute little pin position today.
Yeah, has to not mess with shorts. Got to make it put it past this whole location. Ooh, be careful.
That one I think is going to come all the way back down,
Yep.
Peter.
enjoy the day.
It just doesn't want to stop.
Yeah, but they may need more.
It's such a severe green, Peter. The most severe on the entire golf course, back to front.
Man, this is such a unique. Hope that your tee shot avoids a divot.
Up to the fifth, saw Jim Gallagher Jr. set up the green area, what you want to avoid, where you want to go. Ryan Fox on the way.
You're trying to throw this straight up, trying to put some spin and bring it back.
Playing well. Trying to come back, stays right there. Saw Jim at 5, he's now at 6.
Much fun to see how the players play that hole differently today and tomorrow.
This man's made some long putts. Big moments in Southern California. This for birdie.
And this is really slow up that hill.
There you go.
But I think to your point about the sixth, Morgan, it's all about strategy. No matter if it's a big, long hole or it's a little teeny thing like number 6, be smart, play strategically.
Lowry taking a look at this birdie try at the second.
I just should have a minimal amount of right to left break in it here. This has actually been his putting, has been the strength of his game statistically so far this week. Those are the kind of putts that you like in a U.S. Open. Relative tap-ins for birdies. Those are nice. You don't get those very often.
Hadwin at the third for birdie.
Yeah, this one's got to go in at about 9 o'clock. Big break.
And you don't want to get too aggressive with some of these putts, too, and have to come back 5, 6, 7 feet. Moment to remind you, with USGA On Demand, you can watch live coverage of the U.S. Open and the U.S. Women's Open, plus relive the game's greatest moments with original films, final round telecasts. USGA On Demand is free and available now on your connected TV. Par putt, Rahm 3.
Now, at least he left it on the right side of the hole, the correct side of the hole, I should say, underneath of it.
Yeah,
Keep the aggressive, Peter.
That's the key. U.S. Open, major championships, keep these short putts under the flag because you can be aggressive straight uphill.
Hey, Mitchell,
Go ahead to
trying to.
Par 3, the tee high atop the hill. All right, we just saw Jim talking about this. Fox at 5 for birdie.
And these downhillers, they have some speed, turning left hard, as Jimmy said.
High atop this hill, John Rahm on the tee here at the par 3 fourth. Get a look at the ball flight with our tracer technology, brought to you by Lexus, the official vehicle of the USGA.
This is a 7-iron, 192, 181 adjusted down the hill. Wind off the left, and it's pushing it to the right.
Good shot.
Another shot that lands really softly here. These early movers today trying to make a move. Watch how far Jon Rahm takes this club back. He has such a short backswing, generates so much power, barely gets past parallel with his arms, and has so much compression. Look at his extension through the ball. That is just a thing of beauty. Left the club face open, maybe just a fraction at impact there, but beautiful golf swing.
UCLA Bruin, nearby Westwood. Patrick Cantlay underway here, day 3.
He was on everybody's short list as favorites.
And from Columbus, Georgia, please welcome Russell Henley.
Playing along with Russell Henley, so 2 over. That does stay in the fairway, which, you know, you look visually, it's right here, right by the clubhouse, steps away. It's like Marion, Peter. They're right there.
It's exactly right. But it is the quietest first tee and 18th green finish because everybody's so far away from these places the players tee off and finish.
It's a bit unusual, Peter. You're used to seeing big grandstands around the first hole, and it's just really secluded back there. Almost doesn't really feel like the first tee. Maybe some less nerves with less people.
Well, that's a good point. I always think of the 18th, the finishing hole at the Open Championship. You're like in the middle of a football stadium.
You just don't see, especially in modern architecture.
And look, we are not in the suburbs. We are not in the outskirts. We are right in the middle of L.A.
I think one of the unique things about LA Country Club is normally, there's a beautiful shot right there. Normally on golf courses we have bunkers that wrap around the greens. Here you've got greens that wrap around bunkers, and it's a spectacular look.
So that decision, go for it, direct line 299 or lay up. Fox is going over the trees. And you cannot see where it ends up from the tee.
Oh.
He doesn't want to.
That was, what, a yard from being absolutely perfect, being right next to that whole location. And now he's going to have a very awkward stance.
Bring it back to the 4th, Adam Hadwin. Look at birdie.
Yeah, both these putts that these guys have can get away from them fairly quickly, and even though they're on different sides of the hole, just kind of where this hole is located, everything kind of feeding towards that front. Some pretty decent left to right. Sorry, Morgan?
Oh, yeah. Just saying, when we talk about this golf course, when I was speaking to Adam Hadwin earlier this week, he said it's his favorite golf property that he has ever been on. And it was only his second day around the golf course.
Bel Air, a few miles from here, and Riviera. How about that?
Yeah, that's quite a threesome.
Lowry, second at 3.
Again, got to avoid that huge bunker. That is a fantastic shot.
Played it close at 2 as well. Got it going. Uh-oh. How do you deal with this? Ryan Fox at 6.
That was pretty good. You go from maybe making a hole-in-one on a par 4, playing offense. Now you're playing defense.
You're at 4. Rahm for par.
Yeah, we're already seeing some fire, huh, guys? That thing rolled out a good 2 or 3 feet more than I thought it would. Again, though, back up the hill, just be firm.
Yeah, those are really important putts in the U.S. Open. Those 4, 5, 6 footers, 4 par. They can really keep your momentum rolling, or they can really help. You'll struggle with your confidence if you start to miss them.
Chain for another birdie and almost a tap in again.
Well, especially when you're trying to fight your way back to the first page. You want to get yourself in position. You got nothing to lose. Early Saturday morning, playing off, you're not in contention. You want to fight to get yourself back into contention.
Munoz, really good play to there, and then the putt.
To your point, Peter, what you don't want to do is press. Don't want to get too aggressive because this course will come back to bite you.
So we check out how the golf course is early on this Saturday in Los Angeles. Wyndham Clark, a recent win, broke through at Wells Fargo in Charlotte on a big golf course. 67 yesterday. They'll start trailing by 1 to follow.